Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today we got 3 new episodes of Star Versus today. Now, it was technically 2, but one of them was split into 2, so it was basically like 3 new episodes. So instead of making 2 new videos, because I was just going to group the Monster and the Queen and Cornonation together anyway, I'm also just going to talk about like the one main point that we learned from A Boy and His DC 700XE, because there was really like one thing in that episode that I wanted to talk about. So this is just going to be one video for this Sunday, and that's going to be it. Also, that helps because I was kind of busy today, so you know, that's just how life works. So first, I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Dragon Cycle episode, then I will talk about the Monster and the Queen, and then Cornonation. But before I get into that, if you want to talk with the community about these episodes, or about the future of Star, or whatever, you can go ahead and join our Discord. It's free, it's fun, you can come talk with the community, and, why not, right? But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about these new episodes. So the one thing that I wanted to mention in the Dragon Cycle episode is that Kelly and Marco are no longer breakup buddies. Now, we don't know if there's a reason for this, but it is something that is a thing now, so maybe that means that Kyoko isn't necessarily happening anymore, so I don't know. We'll have to see how it all works. And that's really all I wanted to talk about from that episode, so yeah, let's go ahead and move on. So in A Monster and the Queen, we learned that Eclipsa got into Star's closet, and she took that Book of Spells piece and got Glossaric Silkworms to remake the Magic Book of Spells. So that's really cool, the Magic Book of Spells is back, but when Star went and saw Eclipsa with it, she had it turned to the CPS, which is the Crystal Pulverizing Spell, which is how I thought that Globgor would be freed. And even after Eclipsa said that she wasn't going to do it, she still went ahead and attempted to free Globgor again. Now at the end of the episode, Eclipsa comes to her senses that Globgor didn't want to be freed yet, and the kingdom isn't ready, so he didn't actually end up going through with any of it. And that shows that she has matured a little bit, but then again, she did go into Star's mind and Globgor's mind, and she's just not fit to be queen. That's just my opinion. So that whole episode was pretty much spent in Globgor's mind, so Eclipsa and Globgor went on a little bit of a date in Globgor's mind, so it wasn't anything that was real. So that was just cool to see. That was the big episode with Globgor, because from the article that we got a couple days ago, I still do think that Globgor is not going to be, reoccurring. He's just going to be kind of like, he might appear in like the finale and things, but I don't think we're going to be seeing too much of him anymore. But now let's go ahead and move on to the big episode, Cornonation. So we start off with everyone trying to get everybody to go to this Cornonation after Stars decides to hold one for Eclipsa, and Marco and Tom go see Moon. And the Mumins really have created this whole new settlement here, with Moon still kind of ruling, but not really. The people still listen to Moon as if she is the queen, but Moon doesn't consider herself a queen. So that's really interesting to see that Moon has just kind of created this community of people who still follow Moon. So I don't know, I just like to see that. But one thing that we learned from the scene is that Star wants to go back to being a normal teen. And that's kind of what we're going to be seeing in the next couple of episodes, is Star just being a normal teen again. And if you haven't seen my descriptions video on the future of this last part of Star, then I would recommend going to go see that, unless if you don't want spoilers. But, it is interesting to see that Star wants to be a teen again, so that's why the next couple of episodes are going to be focused more on just Star having fun, life as a teen kind of thing. So then, skipping ahead a little bit, everybody learns that Globgor is free, and everybody's freaking out. Magic High Commission's freaking out. Everybody's just, freaking out. And obviously, at the end of the episode, we learned that it was Romulus. But Eclipsa just is, worried. She's trying to protect the people of Muni, which is really good. It shows that she's starting to care more about the kingdom, and that's good to see, because the queen should care about the kingdom. So that's awesome to see. And I did also want to mention at the halftime show, we did see some Tomko action, so it's making me wonder, are we going to see something with that? Because if they were to make that happen, I feel like this show could pull it off, and I'd love to see that because that's #endgame, but I don't know, that'd just be super funny if they actually did that, and I'd enjoy that. But I don't think they're really going to go through with that. And then Star and Globgor meet. Star learns that Globgor is just trying to do good by running away, just not trying to be figured out and stuff. And then eventually Star just tries to bring Globgor and just tries to let everybody, meet him and see that he's not such a bad guy. And then some fighting happens, and we can see that Globgor is really strong because he was able to take on like 3 members of the High Commission, and that's pretty interesting. Like if he was to go rogue, he's someone to be feared because he was able to, first of all, not only take out Star. Star wasn't, I don't think, trying too hard, but he was able to just, catch her like a butterfly. He was able to fight off the Magic High Commission. He's a powerful guy. And then we can see that Meteora is learning a lot of magic. She dipped down and was able to break free of the bars. So that was also really interesting to see. We might see that develop a little bit more. But then at the end, we learned that Glomgor is not such a bad guy. He just wants the best for his family, and he's willing to do a lot of things to protect them. And then Star figures out that Romulus is the one who freed Globgor, and then everybody's mad at Romulus, and they take him into custody. And then the people decide to let Globgor be free and let Eclipsa rule. So this marks a new chapter for the butterfly history and the history of Muni. Eclipsa and Globgor are now ruling. Eclipsa is now officially queen. It's all building up to when Mina eventually strikes back. And since she didn't strike back in this episode, that means that we will be seeing more of Mina, and the future of Star is not just determined by, their Earth adventures again. There is going to be some Mina action, and that probably will play a role in Cleaved. I'm just interested to see exactly how it plays out and when Mina will come back, because with the way it's looking right now, I don't really know where to put it. So that's going to be interesting to see. We did get that crow tease at the end with that crow spying on them. So Mina probably learned that Globgor is free. So that's super interesting. This episode overall was just really awesome. I really enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think of the episode down in the comment section down below, because, if you enjoy the plot related stuff, you probably really enjoyed this episode. So I think it is safe to assume that Globgor and Eclipsa mean well for the kingdom. They're not going to be evil or anything, even though the show's just kind of really pushing this fact that, Eclipsa and Globgor seem to be pretty bad, but they're actually pretty good. Okay, we get it, they're good now. You don't have to keep giving evidence and stuff saying but maybe they're bad. It's pretty obvious that Mina is going to be the bad guy of this show, so there's no real need to keep hammering it down that Eclipsa and Globgor have a bad past, they're evil, etc. So whatever, I don't really care. I'm just saying that the show really is still trying to hammer that down, they're still evil, ha ha ha. And it's no, they're not really. It's Mina. So that's just one thing that I thought was interesting and wanted to point out. But yeah, overall this episode was really good. We are now halfway through the season, and that's really sad because this is the final season, and once it's over for good. So that's kind of sad, but it is going good. I'm excited for the next set of episodes. They definitely won't be as exciting as this episode, but overall it'll all be cool to watch. But anyway guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. If I missed anything, please let me know down in the comment section down below, because like I said, I was pretty busy today and didn't have as much time to go through the episodes as I would have liked, but what are you going to do when you got stuff to do? So yeah, that's really going to be it, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
What?